Right, the time has come to try and take a test ride on this. I've been up and down the lane on it yesterday, and that's all I've done. I haven't changed the ignition switch yet, but when it's switched to the position where the lights are on, it doesn't seem to be a problem, so that's what I'll do. I'll use it like that. Let's give it a go, and I'll have to try and remember that the gear lever is on the left on this one. I've got a couple of my own bikes that have got that, but sometimes it can still catch me out. Right. Let's give it a go. Touch of cramp already. Just rearrange the camera angle a little. Hello. Try that. what, I'll just reset my camera angle because I think we're looking a bit high there. Let's try that, see how we go. could either get rather boring or too exciting. So I'm going to pull over here for a moment and we'll have a look at what we got. Hopefully let them get away without any more of that sort of crap coming along. Right. It runs nice and smoothly, very smooth. I found neutral was a little bit difficult to find when I pulled in not long after leaving base. That could be down to perhaps just a bit of adjustment of clutch cable. I'll grab a bit now. That's the trouble, you pull in to get let things slow moving get away from you and more stuff comes along. It's going to be nice and clean, no oil dripping, no smoke. Nice sound from those, I'm told, the owner says BSA A10 silencers. And considering the laid back seating position, I have been getting a touch of cramp. The cramp might be more down to me than the bike. Find somewhere to pull over again shortly. I don't often remark on the suspension on bikes. I usually find that most of them seem to be quite sort of there or thereabouts as they've been. This one feels a little bit soft and a little bit bouncy on the rear end. Not too much, and maybe perhaps there's a click or two available to go a bit harder on the springs on them. I haven't really looked, but just an observation more than a complaint really. Overall it's riding okay. Now then. And we go on to one cylinder. Good old electro recognition. Amazing how these things happen just when you don't need them to. Just giving it a big handful there where I needed it, and we'll take one cylinder off it all. Add to the excitement. Find out why we've only got one cylinder. That's a bit of a disappointment. That was going to be my grand finale, that, giving it a bit of stick after passing that lorry through all that twisty stuff. Oh well, just be thankful I got past the lorry, and we're very likely going to make it home, I guess. Nothing wrong with the one cylinder it's running on. Having some adventures with lorries today. We need now is the dog and the forklift to come after us. Oh, and we've got the Oompa Loompas working on the railway today as well. it be the electronic ignition or will it be carburetor related? It will be ignition switch related, otherwise the old lock would have gone off. Well, we made it back, although not quite as hoped and planned. Have to find out what happened there. Rather than that, if I can get that cylinder running again, I'm sure it'll be fine. It certainly runs very well on the one it's got left going on, and it rode okay. Like I say, the suspension felt a little soft and bouncy. I've got a feeling that there might be a click or two available to go harder on the springs there. That would sort that out. That's only a matter of personal preference anyway, really. Yeah, the oil light is working, see? Right, well, I'd better get my gear off and go and investigate why this otherwise lovely, presentable and I think mechanically sound Triumph Bonneville is only now a single cylinder machine. I'm sure it won't take long to get to the bottom of it, and perhaps I'll take a short trip out on it again once it's sorted and running on too.